Welcome to the Charity Lounge. As you know, this is a platform where we bring people who are doing great work, basically change makers, to hear their stories, share in their journeys, and hear the great work that they do. Most times, we find people who want to know how they can support or how they can, get involved in what they do. So, wherever you're watching from today, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Charity Lounge. And today I have someone very, very interesting in the room. She's interesting because, yes, she's a change maker. She has a charity that reaches out to people, a particular set of people. But at the same time, she has also been on the journey. So imagine you providing help where you've also been on the journey. It hits very, very different. So, welcome my special guest today. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you here.
I'm very pleased to be here too.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So I've watched you for a long time. I've seen you, I've heard part of your story, and you're someone that I really admire greatly. And speaking to you, hearing more about your journey has doubled, that admiration that I have for you. So can you tell us about you? Who are you?
Okay, thank you so much, Tolu. My name is Solum Kolyaobi. I always start with saying I'm a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. And 7 years into remission and thriving.
Oh, wow.
I'm a mother of one handsome dude, which I always say, who is very dear to my heart. And what else? What else can I say? I live in London and work in London, and I work within the mental health sector.
Okay, interesting. You see, I intentionally did not say you were a cancer survivor because I wanted you to say it yourself. I had a doctor some weeks back who is an oncologist, and we talked about breast cancer. And imagine me sitting live right in front of someone who has gone through the journey. You've gone through the journey.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that struck me when we were speaking was tell us about your journey. Like, when did you find that you had cancer? How did you find out that you had cancer? What was your reaction when you realized that, hey, they have told me this thing?
Yeah, so the journey actually started 2018.
Mm.
Um, Mother's Day 2018, which was March 2018 to be precise. I was having a shower, I found a lump, and I spoke to a friend of mine who is a nurse. And I said to her, "Oh, I found this lump. What do you think?" And she checked it. She did examination, she checked and said, "Oh, it might not be anything, but it's quite big. I need you to go and see your doctor."
Mm.
At that time, I was going away on holiday. And the thing on my mind was my girl's trip.
Mm.
I wasn't going to miss it for anything. And obviously, I wasn't thinking about anything cancer.
Yeah.
That was the least. In fact, it wasn't even on the radar. So went away on the holiday, got back. Luckily, I say luckily because I would still have not gone to check, which is the mistake most of us make.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a letter to go and do a smear test. So when I got that letter, obviously, we all know once you get the letter, you have to.
You have to go.
So I called up my GP, and before the nurse could drop the phone, I said, "Oh, by the way, I just have another complaint. I found a lump on my breast." And she asked what, and I explained, and she said, "Okay, if I should hold on." So I held on. She went and spoke to the doctor and came back and said, "Could you come and see the doctor this afternoon?" So I said, "Oh yeah, because my GP lives close, the GP surgery is close to where I live."
Yeah.
So I went in, the doctor did all the checks and everything and said, "Because of your age, I'm going to send you to go and do a mammogram." And I'm thinking, what's a mammogram? That was the first time of me hearing what a mammogram was. 2018. I've never heard about mammogram. So you could imagine how many people that are out there that don't know what a mammogram is. And I live in a civilized country.
Yeah.
So I never heard about mammogram, and he asked me, and I was honest. I said, I don't know what it is. So he explained, and I got, I went away. The referral letter came. I went to do the mammogram. Still again, when I went to do the mammogram, nothing cancer was on my mind. Nothing cancer was on the agenda. I went in, I was even saying to the nurse, can you please hurry up because I need to go back to the office because I'd used my lunch break. And she goes, okay. So when after the mammogram, she said the doctor asked me to wait. And they needed to do a biopsy immediately. And I'm thinking, again, I didn't know what biopsy was. They explained, and I said, okay, that was it. It was one of the most painful procedure.
It is painful.
Very painful that I wouldn't even say anybody should go through it.
I have done it before.
It is painful. So went through the procedure. So the longest 2 weeks of my life was when I was waiting for the result.
Yeah.
Again, no red flags, no nothing about cancer. I thought, I'll just go in. They do what they want to do. Give me, is it not result? I get my result and I just go away. So luckily, the day I was going to see the doctor, I had a friend, we work in the same trust. And she came and said, oh, let's go for lunch. And I said, oh, I'm going to go and see the doctor across the road. She said, do you mind me coming with you? I said, I'm going to go collect my result. I said, no problem. You can come with me. So it was good. I had somebody that went with me. So this was on the 24th of March, 2018.
Okay.
No, 24th of May, 2018 to be precise. Walked into the doctor's office. The man was looking at his computer. And I'm thinking, in my head, this man is not even friendly. And he was focused on, and sat down, you know, the way they will ask you your name, your date of birth and all that. So after I had given all that, he said to me, oh, your blood test results are quite good. And I said, oh, thank God. He said, but the long and short story of it is you've got cancer. And I was like, I froze. The tears started rolling down my eyes immediately. I didn't know where to tell. And I said to him there and then, can I get the breast cut off?
You know, that is brave because you didn't even think about it. This is someone who didn't know about mammogram, didn't know about biopsy, and they just gave you the news that you had cancer. And the first thing you said was, cut it off. Like, did you even process it?
At that moment, there's nothing to process. There was absolutely nothing to process because when I said it to the doctor, he said, I haven't told you what stage, what grade the cancer is. And I kind of thought, does this man think I'm here to play? And he said, you need to calm down to get the results and all that. I was still crying. And he goes, oh, it's stage 3. That even wound me up the more. And I'm thinking, stage 3. And I said to him, how bad is it? He said it's the aggressive type. And I said to him, can I have the breast cut off? He tried to convince me to do a chemotherapy first to try and shrink the lump. And I said, no, I want the breast cut off. I said, for us to proceed with this conversation, you need to agree to get rid of the breast. And I asked him one question. I said, do I have a say in my treatment if I'm going to have one? He said, your decision is what we're going to go with. And I said, my decision is final. I need the breast cut off.
Oh, wow.
So we sat down. He called the MDTs, the multidisciplinary team. That I had the oncology nurse. He couldn't get a surgeon in, but there was a telephone conversation. So because he's the one that was going to do the surgery, he's an oncologist. So, and I was going to do a reconstruction. I opted for mastectomy and reconstruction on the same day.
Okay. So again, educate us. So there's mastectomy.
So
which is taking it out.
Total removal of the breast, everything.
Was it just one or both?
I did one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reconstruction, what was that?
So I did a complete takeaway, removal of the whole breast. So they're not preserving anything. The only thing they will preserve is the flesh.
Yeah.
So, but everything inside has to go.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
Then the reconstruction, I had to do a reconstruction on the same day, which they used the tissue from my lower abdomen. Again, it's very dicey because your body can reject the tissue even though it's from your body.
Wow.
So they advise that if you have to sign before they do all these things.
Yeah.
So my surgeon at the time, my reconstructive surgeon at the time, advised that I do not use silicone, because after a while,
Yeah, because that's what I know.
it flattens.
Okay.
And you have to go in every 6 to 8 years to get it changed.
Oh, wow.
Who has the time to be going into surgery? They cut you up, they change, they put. So anyway, so I said to them, I'm happy to go with my own
Part of your own body.
yeah, with the what is it called, the whatever they're going to get from my lower abdomen, my own flesh. So if they use it, they said if they use it and it rejects it, if I wake up, I'm going to be flat.
Okay.
I said that's no problem, because I said this, I've been given a good advice, and I don't want to. I rather remain flat than having to go into surgery every no. So luckily, I went in, came out. Everything was the tissue. My body didn't reject the tissue.
Thank God.
And since then, it's been, from grace to grace.
This is an interesting story, because when people hear cancer is synonymous to death to people. So when they hear cancer, it's just a thing of, I'm going to die. And then all the things they need to put in place, all the things they need to think about is totally gone. You're not thinking, because I'm thinking, who says, oh, take out my breast immediately? This is new to me. It's something that I'm like, oh, wow. And thank God for good systems in place, because if there was no good system in place, and that wouldn't have happened like that.
Absolutely.
And yes, you went through that journey, and you've been cancer free for 7 years.
Yes.
I wish I could ring a bell. I'm happy to hear stories like this, because these are stories of hope.
Yeah.
Telling people that I know people who have had cancer and have died. I have a cousin who had cancer at maybe it was 10. Now he's close to 30. He's fine. Again, I've heard very good stories. I've heard not too good stories. I've heard bad stories, and I have people that are walking now on that journey to recovery. And one of the reasons we are here is to share the stories of hope to people, that when you hear these things, it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh yeah, you will die.
Oh, absolutely.
It wasn't stage 0, it wasn't stage 1, it wasn't stage 2, it was stage 3. Wow. So this now gave birth to this great work that you do with women in rural communities, because it wasn't like you were living in a rural community.
No.
It wasn't that you were living in a place where you couldn't find help. But then how did this, is the word metamorphose, into this great work that you do with women? Do you think you went through your journey for this purpose?
So, when you're thrown into the deep end and you come out, you have to sit back, reflect on the journey, and find out, why has God preserved you? And after the cancer, because I always say to people, it's not your cancer. So I always refer to it as the cancer. I don't own it. It's not my property.
So guys, did you hear that? It's not your cancer.
Yeah.
It's not your headache.
Yes,
Yes,
it's the hair headache. It's not mine. So after I went through the cancer journey and finished all my treatment, then I started, being vocal about it on Instagram and Facebook. And I continued that way. Then I started getting DMs. Oh, you're a survivor. How did you cope? What should I eat? What shouldn't I eat? And all that. So, in 2022, I did the first outreach in Nigeria. Then I collaborated with a foundation, a registered foundation in Nigeria. So my vision was I wanted to reach out to people that didn't have the voice. Because I had most of the messages I was getting were from women in Nigeria. And they are not based in what we would call the city. So they will ask questions and questions and questions. Somebody will ask questions on behalf of somebody living in a rural community. And I thought, okay, these market women, some of them are not on Instagram. Some of them are not on Facebook. Some of them are not on social media. How do we reach out to them? And that was when we had the first medical outreach we did, where we created Advocacy. Bearing in mind, I didn't have an NGO. So the NGO I collaborated with then followed me down to the east, and we did all the medical checks. So in order to sensitize the women, we had to give PECs. We did blood pressure, blood sugar, weight checking, and we're able to speak to women. In fact, the venue we used was a secondary school. And the proprietor of the school now asked if they could bring the female students from SS1 and above to come and sit and listen. And we said yes. And there were 2 kids that were in the class then. And one of the kids had to come up and said, there's something in their breast. And when they complained to their mother, the mother said, you better shut up. So we had to talk to the principal and said, can you speak to the mother of this child to take this child to the hospital? Let them get this child checked out. So it's not too late. And I think after the event, we followed up. She was taken to the hospital. It was benign, but the doctor suggested they take the lump out because of her age. So, and since then, we've been, going into the community, talking to women who are unable to withstand the news. It is cancer. However, 2023, September, we registered the NGO. And since then, I believe God being on our side, we've been doing well.
Well done. Well done to you. And it's good that you're reaching out to people who they don't even go. The truth is this, some of those places, they have health centers. They don't have proper hospitals.
Yes.
And even people that have education, people that are a bit exposed, they still live in denial of, oh, I reject it in Jesus' name. It is not my portion.
It's not my portion
it's
syndrome.
Not say, we say a lot of all those things. But the truth is this, those things exist.
It does.
Nobody prays for sickness. I say God has given doctors the knowledge, the expertise to be able to treat these things because they exist. So how have you been able to, and there's also a place of religion.
Yes.
Where people feel, oh, as a child of God, I'm not allowed to, I cannot use medicine. I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Do you do a bit of counseling? Do you do a bit of mindset?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work because sometimes I get burnt out. Sometimes when people call me, I'll be very honest, I get angry.
Mm.
And the reason I get angry is, I don't know if you think possibly I don't have my own issues.
Mm.
And the anger is not in a negative way, but it's because people feel entitled.
Tell me about
A
it.
lot entitled.
Yeah.
And when you don't meet up to their expectation,
Yes.
they think, okay, maybe what's this person feeling like? Now, what you talked about religion or Christianity, the first person I called when I got off the doctor's office was my pastor.
Yeah.
To say, I've gone to, this is what they're saying. And I remember him saying to me, we do have a covenant of life, not death.
Mm.
He never said to me, what the doctor said is wrong.
Yeah.
He's only confessed something positive,
Yes.
which I held on to. And again, when I got back to the house, fear crept in. I brought out all my documents. I started tearing all the letters, arranging my things, And I heard my pastor's voice in my subconscious that said, you've got a covenant of life. I just pushed the paper one side and I went to bed. That was the end. That day ended the fear thing. I pushed it one side and I went straight to bed.
Because I was going to say, how did you deal with fear? How do you handle that fear? Because honestly, there are times we fall ill, and sometimes it holds you to the point where you're like, God, please, I don't want to die,
Yeah.
and that's even, it's not like you have cancer or you
Yeah.
have something. So you now hearing, oh, I have this, and it's not even, the first or second stage, is the third. And you were able to take it on with so much bravery.
Yeah. So after, when I pushed the paper away, I went to bed. Then the next day, obviously, life had to continue. I was going into work. Bearing in mind, throughout my treatment, I was still going to work.
You're a strong woman.
I didn't want anything negative around me. I didn't want anything to be sitting at home, pity-patting myself or asking. One thing I never asked God was, why me? If I go and ask God, why me? Who is it going to be? Is it my mother or my father? I didn't ask. But obviously, we're all wired differently. And people tend to approach things differently. The moment I said to myself, you need to live for your son, I started standing strong. Even when I was doing chemotherapy, people didn't know I was doing chemo. Because I have my face well painted, my nails were always on fleek, my eyelashes were there, because by then I'd lost my hair, lost eyebrow, lost everything. But I just have to say to myself, I'm not going to tie scarf. Then when you see me, you'll be thinking, oh, are you okay? No. Even when I walk into the chemo room, the nurses are always asking, are you going to a party after this? And I say to them, you've called me for a cocktail. And when you invite for a cocktail, you dress the way, you dress well to come in for the cocktail. And they will say, oh, this is the kind of patients we want to have.
I actually have goosebumps. Guard your heart. I think it's important to guard your heart. It's also important to check who is in your space.
Yes.
Negativity kills.
It does.
Honestly, I don't like people that bring negative energy. And I watch myself as well, because even when you don't like people who bring negative energy, are you sure you're not bringing negative energy as
Yes.
well?
Yeah.
So when people are going through stuff, try as much as possible. If be kind in a subtle way, not in their faces. you
Yeah.
you can't be going there and saying, hey, yeah, oh well, once she had cancer in our area, oh, she died.
Yeah.
People, and it's because sometimes people don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
And I keep saying to people, if you don't know what to say, just keep quiet.
Yeah. That
Just be there. Just be there. Your presence is louder
absolutely.
than whatever words you have to say that might not even now come out right.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, one of the reasons we set up Charity Lounge is to celebrate people like this. It's very easy for you to have your experience, go on your journey, get better, you're fine, and you go on with life. Yeah. And then you share it with just people that know, people around you. But then when you take it a step further to now start helping people deal with their own journeys, that really that's God, that's love, that's religion for me, And how do you even relate with these women?
So, in the course of this journey, in the course of the last 5 years, I would say 5 years, because that's when I actually really got rooted into advocating for early detection,
Yeah,
which is very important, because if if cancer is found at stage 1,
yeah,
it's treatable.
yeah.
If it's found at stage 2, I always say it's semi-treatable.
Okay.
Stage 3, 4,
Dicey.
yes, because it could be stage 3 that is almost at stage 4 with just a little marker. Because the way they stage this is the size of the lump. So the bigger the lump,
The further the
yeah,
stage.
the further the staging. And when they look at it, obviously stage 3, in my own case, it was metastatic to the lymph node,
Okay.
which at the time of the check-in, they only found one lymph node that was intruded.
What's the lymph node?
The lymph node is what supplies the blood and the water towards the body.
Okay.
Yeah. So the I had one infected, and the doctor said to me during surgery, they would test others. If they find more than two, if they find another one, they will try and clear off the lymph node, part of the lymph node. So I said to them, even if you don't find anything, can you clear off everything? I don't want stories. You know, because cancer, from the start of the journey, it's a journey. It never ends. Because you might have headache. You're thinking,
Zedek.
is it? You're having waist pain. You're thinking, has it come back? So a lot goes on. So with these women, I built up a rapport. So we started off the journey, aside meeting people in the rural area, started up a small community of women in Lagos.
Okay.
These women are women that don't live inside Lagos. They live in Ikorodu, places
Okay.
like
Akute,
Ikorodu, outskirts of
outskirts.
Lagos,
Yeah.
outskirts of Lagos. So what the first event I had with them was, we had 56 women, the first event. And I took them to somewhere in Lekki. It's a reserve center in Lekki. We had food, we had an oncology doctor with us who came to answer the burning questions that some of them might have.
Yeah.
And we had games, we played games, people got to meet each other, people that they don't know. So there were some people that was their first time of actually admitting to themselves the journey they are going through.
Mm.
And, you know, we were able to, I had another cancer survivor who, what, you know, we spoke to the women. There were some people that just needed a hug, just to know that, yes, they're not in this journey alone. Cancer is a lonely journey. You might have house filled with people, but it is a lonely journey, especially if you don't have the right people telling you the right thing you want to hear or doing the right thing. It is a lonely journey. And that was the first one. And after that, in Nigeria, obviously, we know that treatment is expensive. If you're lucky, you will sell everything you have.
That's if you're lucky. That's if you have stuff to sell.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you've got stuff to sell, you will sell everything just to make sure that this person XYZ is alive. Some people are not that rich. Some people are not that lucky to have. Then some people will go through mastectomy and no reconstruction. I don't think I've come across any woman that have done reconstruction in Nigeria.
So what happens? It's just the
They
mastectomy.
just do the mastectomy and they go that
They
way.
use silicone.
They don't use silicone.
Okay, so
That's where.
So please educate me. So there's when I had the Dr. Omolola Salako, who is an oncologist, on, she had a silicone, and then, you know, it felt very real.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts and my mind and my, you know, this my small mind, I thought
that's what the women use.
The way it works,
they give it to them.
They give them, and then you put it in your bra.
Once they do the surgery, that's it.
I'm covering my face.
What the women use?
So that goes into your body, right?
No. It goes into the bra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it goes into the bra. But do they give it to them in the hospital?
Is it expensive?
It is expensive.
How much is it?
You're looking at about 180 something thousand
naira.
Yeah.
80 something, or 180, or
yeah, about between 80 and above thousand.
Okay. And
depending on the
one
quality.
Or two, depending on.
If somebody might have done bilateral.
Yeah.
Bilateral is two.
Both, yeah.
Or just done one.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody that have done one side, they are lopsided.
Okay.
It damages the image.
Yeah.
The self-confidence is not there.
Oh, it won't be there, definitely.
It's when they look themselves at the mirror, it's not the same. I had a reconstruction, but it's not the same. When I look myself in the mirror and I'm reflecting back when I had the two, it's not the same. You can tell the difference. Yes.
Yeah.
But again, life has to go on. And that was when we introduced the breast foams.
Foams?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called the mastectomy breast foam.
Do you need water?
No, I'm okay. And so we had to look, where do we get this? Luckily, Marks and Spencer sells them. So I had to invest in it. And we bought, then we had the women write their sizes, whether it's left or right. So we buy the precise number.
How much do they sell?
It costs £10 for one.
Guys, please, if you want to donate, yeah, this is very off the record, no scripting or anything. Please, if you want to donate to this charity and help them get more, because I honestly can't imagine how much of the self-confidence this impacts, you know?
Yeah.
When you sometimes, especially if it's just one, you know, you still then need to package the one now.
Of course. Oh, yeah. So the reason why we started the breast foam was the day we had the event, there was a lady that came. And, you know, we got talking, people were talking. Some people had scarves. So they'd use, you know, wrapper just to fill up the space.
Yeah.
And there was a woman that said she went to go and buy mattress. You know, she went to where they sell mattress.
For them
the foam.
It off for her.
So they cut foam for her. And I'm thinking, hang on. If this woman has a scar there or a wound that she doesn't know, she uses this thing. Infection. So I thought, okay, let's see if we can. And that year I was able to get, there were 56 of them, we were able to get for the 56 of them. And I took it back to Nigeria, we distributed it. And since then, the community has grown. So when we wanted to, because when we do this, what we do is we send out a Google form. You complete it, we give a timeline, and we close the registration.
Okay.
Because it's free.
Yeah.
And my people love free things. As long as it's coming free, they're not bothered. And that's where I said the entitlement mentality.
Yeah.
So we done the first one, done the second one. Then December last year, I did another one. Well, because what we do is we bring these women together. We have a small community of women. So at the moment, I've got 120 something women.
Wow.
In our little community, scattered Ikorodu, mostly Ikorodu area. Just you have maybe one or two people that live inside Lagos.
Yeah.
But the rest, we have people in Calabar, people that have traveled, that when we do events, they come from Calabar. We have people because we actually did a pool. I wanted to know where people were. We have people in Abuja, we have people in Enugu, we have people in Owerri, we have people in Asaba.
So do you have reps in these areas?
So I have a team of volunteers.
Yeah.
I've got in Calabar, I've got in Port Harcourt, and I've got in Lagos.
Okay.
So our office address is in Lagos and in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
In Nigeria. So we've got an office space. If I'm in Nigeria, we use the office space. Yes. So aside that, reaching out to the community, we've done quite a lot within the local environment. Our target area so far, we've been in Anambra State, in Nnewi.
Okay.
So we've done 3 medical outreaches in Nnewi. We do breast screening.
Okay.
We have come in and do the breast screening. So, and the last one we did was December of last year. We did blood pressure, blood sugar. We did eye tests. So we gave out glasses, reading glasses, and we're able to talk to women about cancer. And we had men were asking, men said they didn't even know men do have breast cancer.
Do men have breast cancer?
Oh, yes. Men do have breast cancer.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Okay. Men do have breast cancer. And we have quite a number of them that have had breast cancer.
Really?
Yes.
There's so much to talk about, and there's so much to learn.
Because men tend to think it's only prostrate.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly. Men do have breast cancer.
That's the first time I'm hearing that. So I wouldn't blame even men that don't know, that men have breast cancer. So how can people, so this your community of women, now you have over 100 and I see them growing.
Yes.
How can people support? Is it about donating silicons, about donating the breast? What support do these women need?
So some of these women need food.
Oh, wow.
Some people they don't have food to eat. So the things we do range from giving away food. We do pay for medical bills where we can.
Yeah.
But we don't, because treatment is quite expensive. The last one we did was last year. We haven't paid any major medical bill this year because of financial constraint. The one we did last year, we had to pay for somebody's mastectomy treatment.
And how much is that?
1.2 million. So we do this, then Some people don't have money to buy the drugs that they are meant to be taking. If somebody is like me that I'm on tamoxifen.
Are you still on it?
Yes, I'm still on it. This is my 7th year.
Oh, wow.
I was meant to be on it for 5 years. So after the 5th year, the doctor said continue.
Okay.
So I have to take it for 10 years.
Okay.
So there are people in Nigeria who are in the same shoe as I am, but they can't afford it.
So what do they do?
So they go begging. So what we do is sometimes we pay for 3 months supply and say to them, before that 3 months finish, try and start making arrangements to see if you can raise money from other sources to be able to pay for your next.
Are these women that can work? Can they be empowered? Because I'm thinking if someone is going through treatment and the person is probably weak, sometimes, or can they work? Can they do something?
So some of these women were working. I'll give you a typical example. Unfortunately, our country, Nigeria, is a messed up country. I'm going to use that word without flinching. One of the girls that she's one of my backbone in Nigeria. So what we do is, aside doing all this, twice every month we go into the hospital, like Lasut, to share out consumables, what they call the consumables, the syringe, the cannula, the all the things that they need.
Yeah.
Because they have to buy every single thing. So we do it twice. We did the last one we did was in April. I was in Nigeria and we went to Lasut to share out this to the patients who are there for chemotherapy. And she does makeup. And when she had cancer, she lost her customers because they said cancer was contagious.
No.
Somebody actually told her that she can't come because she doesn't want to get cancer.
Guys, educate yourself.
Cancer is not contagious in any way, shape, or form. So since then, all she does now is advocacy. She does little, business here and there where she can go and buy things for people you pay her, like secret shoppers and all that. Some of these women, yes, they were working. Some of them, they've been laid off work because they've got cancer. In fact, that the one we paid for her treatment last year got laid off. Her boss told her, when you go and come back and they tell you don't have cancer, come back. If we have the space, we will re-employ you. And I was going to go through the legal way. They said to me, don't bother.
Don't bother.
It's waste of time.
It's waste of time and you waste money as well. How can we even educate these people? How can we?
So it's not just the people going through cancer. It's everyone.
No, it's not even about the people going through the cancers. It's about stigmatization.
Yes.
Why is that a thing?
It's a lot. And that's why some people don't come out to say they've got cancer. There's somebody I'm talking to now. Her office, she's working. Her office do not know she's going through cancer treatment.
So that they don't let her go.
She's worried that immediately she says it, they're going to lay her off.
So are you planning taking this advocacy into the corporate space? Because
it is, unfortunately, in Nigeria, the corporate space, Nigeria has a Nigerian Cancer Society.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk too much about that one because I've not seen anything. It's all political.
Okay. As it is always.
Yes, it's all political. And I know what they're trying to do is try to bring people together. But as far as I'm concerned, it's all political. Because at the end of the day, I, as a cancer patient, I need to see what are you doing for me as a cancer patient. It's not about going to tell me you're talking to government, you're doing this, you're doing that. When it comes to paying the bill, I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
The hospital bills are expensive. The medications are expensive. For example, there's somebody who is on Herceptin and they have to take it for 18 months. And Herceptin, depending on which hospital you've gone to, is between 850,000 for 1 to 1.2 million.
I'm speechless.
So if that person is going to take it, how are they going to do it? Where
And
are they
that's
going to
for
get?
one.
That is just for one shot. And you're asking this person, they have to take it every month. Where are they going to get that money? And this is why we're shouting, we're advocating. We've done, we go into the hospital and we beg them, said, even if you can give a subsidized
rate.
As an NGO, if I want to help somebody and it's a subsidized rate, then if you were helping only one person, you might be able to help 3 or 4 people more. But if medication is 750,000, people that know me, I beg.
If you do, see, the truth is, if you do charity work, you will beg.
I beg. Apparently, there was, when we're having the conversation, you were saying, have you written to them? There's nobody I haven't written to. Are they answering? No. Somebody said that when we're doing the medical outreach in December, we reached out to a few people to support us. One of the persons we reached out to said, why they did not give us support was because they see me flying around. I want to make it very clear that I work. I work hard for my money. And when I work, I enjoy myself.
Yes.
I'm a cancer survivor for a reason. I don't use the money. How much is it that they are giving me?
How much have you possibly made
that I'm going to be? Yes, I plan myself for the year. I plan my holiday for the year. And I work, and nobody will stop me from doing it. And the charity work will not stop me from doing it.
Yeah.
We're very transparent, very accountable. We're EFCC compliant because we do have our SCUMO certificate.
Yeah.
Every single thing we have is very transparent. Our records are straight.
Yeah.
So if somebody gives us 1 naira and I use that 1 naira, I go and put it on social media just for clarity's sake.
Yeah, so it's out there.
I put out the receipt. I put out what we've used it for.
I saw one of your posts where I think you're planning an event or something and you put up the things needed, and I noticed initially I was like, oh, why did she use green pen here? Because I didn't get it. Was later I now sunk in that, oh, actually those are the things that have already been taken.
They've been taken.
And for me that's transparency.
Because I could have left it and people would just be giving the money, but those ones have greened out, have already been paid for. So why leave it there?
Yeah. See, health is wealth. Health is wealth, and we always pray that we don't find ourselves in situations where we cannot be able to fend for ourselves, where we cannot be able to make money to take care of ourselves. But some people, that's their reality. Not because they want to be unwell, not because they want to have cancer or whatever it is that they're dealing with. It's just where life has thrown them. And I keep saying, when you have, try as much as possible to give the next person, because you don't know what they are dealing with. If you have £100, honestly, £1 out of that £100 might mean £100 to the person you're giving. So let's try as much as possible not to be selfish. Yeah, it's your money. Yes, you worked hard for it. But the truth is, the world will be better when we start to think about people that are not necessarily us, or the people that we know, that we love, that we call family and friends. So this is a good cause to give to. She hasn't asked me to do this or anything, but then people are genuinely suffering. You're dealing with something, an ailment, and at the same time, you can't even afford to feed yourself. That's a lot to take in. So you're thinking, you're crying, you're sad, you're hungry, and you have aches all over your body. They don't.
It doesn't because well, I always say I know God gave me a second chance for a reason.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to fulfill the purpose.
Amen.
That's whether people give. And my prayer always is that God will send the right people. Sometimes, you run a charity. Sometimes when you want to do something, you're worried. Where is the money going to come from?
Trust me.
And when you look at, like last year, December last year, when we did the medical outreach, when I looked at the breakdown, and I'm thinking,
where will this money from?
Where is the money going to come from? But we did it.
See, again, I think every time I invite guests and we're on this couch, I say something. If it is God's will, it is his bill.
Yes.
It pays the bill. It makes provision available. So whether people like it, and the same way I tell people that when you come and say thank you to me, don't thank me. I'm just a vessel. If I don't do it, God will raise other people
to do it.
Yes. So if you don't give, as much as yes, we say, oh, give. If you don't give, because it's God's work, help will come.
I'll give you an example. 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I woke up. I'm not one of those people that will say they are hearing every day. And I heard clearly. I need you to give 100 women 100 breast pumps. When I heard it, you know the way you're sitting on your own. My question was, where do you think the money will come from? That's why that was. And my own is to obey.
Yeah.
And I put it out on my WhatsApp status. And I said, I need 100 breast pumps for 100 women. That your McDonald's £10 money will go a long way. That £10 is even, unless you're having a wrap. If you're having a full meal, you're paying £11.25.
Yeah.
So you still have £1.25 left.
Yeah.
So I put it out. A few people reached out to me. How can they help? £10 here, £20 here, £30 here. And somebody reached out to me and said, can you send the account number? I sent the account number and I thought, okay, maybe she'll do 10 breast pumps. Or
She did the 100.
She paid for the 100.
See that?
That was £1,000.
See that?
When I saw the money, I had goosebumps all over. And this was within 48 hours.
See, I'm honestly not surprised because...
And I sat down and I said, when he sends, he equips.
He does.
And is with ease.
He does.
I didn't have to. But for me as a human being,
it looked big.
I worry a lot. And I'm thinking, where will I get this? That same day I got the money, I ordered all the breast pumps.
Yeah.
Because already we had the sizes, we had the names of the people. Because what we did, we put out a pool. Put your size, put your location.
Yeah.
We can only do, if you're wherever you are, you pick up in Lagos.
Yeah.
So everybody, people were putting, that's why I said, our people like free things.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously, anywhere I can help. So we have the 100 breast pumps.
Oh, wow.
Ready to go to Nigeria.
See, obedience. And thank you for, obeying. Like I said earlier, you could be going around the world and enjoying your life. Oh, God has given me a new lease. Let me just enjoy my life. YOLO, you only live once.
And the funny thing is, I would have gotten that £1,000. I'd have only done half of it.
Oh, yeah.
And keep the rest. But why would I do that? That's not the instruction I got.
Yeah. So, guys, you've heard it all. And honestly, I've enjoyed this session. I won't even lie about that. I have enjoyed this session because she's brought it really home from a place of experience and now reaching out to women who are dealing with similar and then educating people as well. Hey, today I've been educated as well. I didn't know men had breast cancer. And if you want to support, please feel free to support.
We've got our website. Our website, there's a link there to support.
Okay, I'll be including that in
Yeah.
the description to this video after this video. So the link to the website, the link to the social media handles as well. And if you haven't subscribed to the Charity Lounge YouTube channel, please subscribe because these stories honestly cannot be made up. Yeah, and it would help you whether you're trying to be a better person, whether you're trying to make change in your environment, whatever it is, this is where you would hear about people who are doing amazing work on different scales and different levels, whether big or small. And it's where you can be motivated to even do more if you do already, or start if you haven't even started, or just grow if you're looking to grow. So there's something we do. It's called the
Okay.
fire round session.
Okay.
And it's very simple. I'll be asking you questions.
Okay.
Don't think about it. Nothing to really think deep about.
Yeah.
If possible, one word answers. And yeah. So, what is one word that describes your journey?
Resilient.
The moment you heard you are cancer free, what did you feel?
Hope.
One thing you wish people knew about surviving cancer?
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Your charity in 3 words?
Hope, resilient, and survival.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been amazing having you today.
Thank you so much.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you.